Yeah, so welcome, Tabish. I'm joined here by Tabish, an expat that's been living in the Netherlands for how many years?
Yeah, I'm living here almost more than 20 years now.
More than 20 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Mm.
And yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you come to go to the Netherlands?
Yeah, I just came to Netherlands in relation to my work.
Okay.
I was in India, and then I found an opportunity to come to Netherlands, and that is how I came here. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
And is it because you already had a job in India that got you to move here, or is it because you got offered a job here?
No, I was in university, and then in my university, I got an opportunity to work for Philips Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
So I started my job for Philips Netherlands. I was in India for some time after my graduation, just waiting for the papers, for the paperwork, and then I directly moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And yeah, so let's get right into the first topic. So, as an expat, as someone who moved here for work, what kind of essential support did you need when you first moved here?
Yeah, I mean, when you move here, first of all, it is culturally very different place.
Yeah.
And you are not certain. You do not speak the language. You do not know what to do actually. And buying a house or buying something like that is a very important decision.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where you look for support. That is where you look for some trusted partner, some trusted person who can help you and give you the right advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what I missed at that time. So even after coming, I was in this dilemma whether to buy the house or not buy the house.
Mm-hmm.
It took me almost 5 to 6 years, to make a
okay.
decision. And later on, I realized that had I bought the house, just after I came here, it would have been much, better, much beneficial for me. So yes, so you miss the right advice. You are looking for this someone with whom you can speak with trust.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because it's more like a new situation, and
Yes. Yes.
you had no experience in that field.
No experience in that field,
Yeah.
of course.
Did you have someone to talk about that too?
No, I mean, like when you come here, also socially, you are not that connected. You even, especially 20 years back, there were very few people from India or people I knew at that time.
Yeah.
So for me, the only contact was my colleagues. So you talk to them and you hear what they say, and from them buying a house is better in Netherlands. You have a kind of rule where the interest that you pay is tax deductible, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how slowly you come to the decision of buying a house.
Okay, so how did you do it in the beginning, like when you moved to the Netherlands? Because I hear that you didn't buy a house immediately.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I mentioned that, slowly, so buying a house came to my mind because I saw my colleagues talking about that. But really converging to the point where I actually go and buy a house took me some time. As I said,
Yeah.
5 years. And that is simply because I didn't have anyone to give me the right advice, to whom I can trust. And I also do not know how to arrange, finance, because everything you relate to the place from where you are coming.
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course.
So and that is why for me it was I bought the house after 5 years. I arrived here.
Yeah.
And at that time, someone like Hypotheekshop, I would have met at that time. That would have been for me much easier to make a decision.
Yeah.
And to buy a house. So I would I didn't have that option,
Mm-hmm.
but I really see that that added value. Looking back, the situation I went through.
Yeah.
So there I see a very added value of Hypotheekshop because people coming from India, you can talk to someone who speaks your language, and most importantly, who understands your mindset, your
Yeah.
thinking process.
Of course.
Because the decision making is also somewhat a cultural thing. you think in a bit different way.
Mhm.
And if there is someone to lead you in that direction,
Yeah, who can relate to how
relate
you
to
think.
how you think,
Yeah.
what are the criteria that you uses to make your decision,
Mhm.
and there I see quite an added value.
Yeah, because you didn't come to the hypotheek shop for your
First
first mortgage.
yes.
So who did you go to for your first mortgage?
I directly went to the bank.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got my mortgage arranged directly with the bank, and
Mhm.
there you see that. So there was no one to tell me the whole situation in the market, to which bank I should go. Someone told me go to that bank,
Yeah.
and I went to that bank, and they asked me paper, and so later on I realized that I could have a better deal also.
Okay.
So yeah, but that was my situation.
Yeah, of course, your first mortgage. I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know, but I recently also bought a house, and I was also totally lost in like, well, where should I go? What should we do?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I get it totally as a first-time buyer. You're completely lost. And then after you've got your first mortgage, how did you get in contact with the hypotheek shop?
Yeah, I mean, as Hypotheekshop is very well known in the region Eindhoven,
Mm-hmm.
and also I got reference of this Hypotheekshop, and then I thought of coming and meeting to the people here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I realized that it is also important that someone looks at the current interest rate and advises you on the possibility of refinancing.
Yeah, was that your intention coming here? Of
Uh,
seeing what the current interest rate, or what was
No.
your intention?
I mean, in the sense that you keep on hearing these kind of things from your colleagues, from your
Yeah.
friends. Hey, interest rates is going down, and then it is better to refinance. But there are a lot of conditions from the bank. You cannot refinance your mortgage as it is. Sometimes your interest rates are fixed for a very long time. Sometimes you need to pay fine. So those were the questions in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and with those questions I came here,
Yeah,
just to
okay.
talk to someone.
Yeah.
And I think that was very good decision, from which I made, and I had a big advantage, because I came here and I got my mortgage refinanced.
Okay.
So I got it fixed at a very low interest rate, simply because the hypotheek shop helped me at that moment, and also I could close my old, house loan hypotheek
Yeah.
without any fine.
That's perfect.
that is indeed, that was, and I have a long term benefit of that, because my new hypotheek is not fixed for 1 or 2 years but for 10 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
And yeah, I mean yeah, that is how I came into contact with hypotheek shop and getting the right advice and to make the right decision.
Exactly, yeah. And at that point, did you know what the hypotheek shop offered next to mortgages and refinancing?
No, I think when I came here, I was mainly aware of that hypotheek shop helps in arranging your hypotheek.
Yeah,
The name, hypotheek shop.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
think there is nothing mentioned in the name, but that was my first idea that, okay, hypotheek shop meant for arranging mortgages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And-
But maybe later on when I came, I found that there are additional services which are also quite useful.
Exactly, yeah, because in the Netherlands, maybe you can relate, there's like a lot of other stuff that comes with buying a house, like next to your mortgage. For example, insurances, or even taxation, stuff like that, all of that kind of stuff. And as you know, the hypotheek shop does a lot more than that.
Yes, exactly.
For people that buy a house.
Yes, yeah.
So, what role have insurances played in your life?
For
In
me,
Eindhoven.
before also I had insurance. For example, the opstaalverzekering and all kind.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my previous insurance. The problem was that when I had any issue, I have to call, and it was press 1, press 2. That was the kind of chain you have to go through every time when you try to contact your insurance company. And in the beginning, you were also not speaking the language.
Mm.
So one of the byproduct for me was when I visited hypotheek shop, I found that they are also offering the nice insurance. First of all, I got a very competitive price, so they could offer me something which was much cheaper than what I was paying. But not only that, the added value is that you have someone to talk to. So they have dedicated people, to support their customer. So if anyone has a issue with their house or any other insurance issue, you have to call to Hypotheekshop. And Hypotheekshop is like a intermediary between you and the insurance company.
Okay.
And that helps you a lot, because as expat you do not speak the language.
Yeah.
You do not know what is covered, what is not covered, what is optimum, what is actually you need to how to put your case actually.
Yeah.
In a best possible way.
Exactly.
Within the legal framework. And there I think that is how I also switched all my insurances to the Hypotheekshop.
Yeah. Yeah, because even next to that, I don't know if the people know that are watching this and listening to this. In the Netherlands, also all the policy papers, the Polisbladen, are also supposed to, they have to be in Dutch. And as an expat or someone who doesn't speak the language, I'm sure you don't know how to read them properly.
Especially, exactly. And as expat, you buy an insurance and you have a lot of assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
For example, hey, I have now opstalverzekering. My, for example, the house is insured, and there is assumption that not only the house but everything inside the house is also insured. So I think when you come into contact with the Hypotheekshop, and they explain you also the things that which are the right insurances for you.
Yeah.
So you should not go and start taking all the insurances left and right.
Exactly.
So yeah, what kind of insurance are suitable in your situation, and only buying those insurance and not to waste your money. So yeah, exactly. So the advice for to get the right insurances, after when you have insurance, the support that you get in order to make use of the insurance that you have, those are really added value.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I can tell you one thing, maybe one example.
Yeah.
I will not name the company to which I had insurance before.
No worries.
But you cannot talk to anyone. If you have anything, you have to fill everything online.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, coming from India, I like to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Want to share my feeling or something like that. And for me, that was super frustrating. That I cannot talk to anyone. I was having the full insurance for my car, and I wanted to claim something. And you get the feeling that you are doing something, and you are not sure that what the response will be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't feel heard.
Yeah, you do not feel heard. You do not see the added value of the money that you are paying every month. Yeah. So yeah, that is those are the things I really found added value with Hypotheekshop.
Yeah, exactly. So like you not only get your mortgage here, we don't only help you with your refinancing, but we can also help you with insurance.
Yes, and that is very important part of you being expat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we as a Hypotheekshop can give you more than just the hypotheek.
Of course, hypotheek is just one part actually.
Exactly. Yeah. And then as the next topic, how have you dealt with taxation and legal matters in the Netherlands so far?
Yeah, so you see the taxation. So in Netherlands, the people come with 30% ruling, and 30% ruling is a bit special in the sense that if you have a mortgage and if you have 30% ruling, the deduction on your interest is somewhat different. So I think because insurances, hypotheek, taxation, they all fall in more or less the same the kind of thing. When you buy the house, you look for, because one of the reasons that you buy a house, because you expect that you would get tax deduction on the interest.
Yeah, of course.
So the next thing is that where to arrange your taxes, So luckily, I also found that through the Hypotheekshop, they also offer the taxation service.
Yeah.
So definitely I have also, my tax advisor is from Hypotheekshop.
Yeah, because before, how did you do the taxes before? Like, did you know about 30% rule before?
So as expat, I was getting support from my company for a very long time.
Oh, okay, that's nice to hear.
So, but then I mean, yeah, those are the big companies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you have something special, it was very difficult to talk to, people from that company.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you sell the house and when you buy the house, you go and take some kind of education. So there are several rules on which you get tax deduction, etc.,
Yeah.
about which you are not aware of.
Yeah.
So you also get that kind of advice, what to do, what not to do, also from the taxation perspective, and that is very important part of decision making.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I started getting more and more involved. I started with for my hypothec, but at this moment I think even a leak happens in my house, I call Hypotheekshop to help me to find the right people to support, but also look whether from the insurance perspective, what is
If
covered,
it's
what is not
possible.
covered, what is
Yeah.
within the legal framework allowed or not
Yeah.
allowed.
Definitely. Yeah, because if we go back to the taxation, like as you had before, you don't know much about like how the tax system works, what's deductible, what not. I'm pretty sure most people in the Netherlands, like even that are born and raised here, don't know much about the tax system, like not the fine details, what's all possible. So especially expats have problems with that, and then like a company like the Hypotheekshop can really help you with those kind of things, like giving you advantages and stuff like that.
Absolutely, and I mean, in the sense that, I mean, I would continue to be with Hypotheekshop and will continue to use the services of Hypotheekshop, because I personally see a lot of added value, in the sense that these kind of headaches with respect to insurance, if your bike is stolen,
Mm-hmm.
if you have to try everything yourself, is going to cost you a lot of time, and there is always a kind of, you carry a kind of the baggage,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot focus on your work. For me, it is very important to set aside those things and
Yeah.
also to focus on my work.
Yeah, so to fully have someone take care of the
Yeah,
problems and stuff you don't really want the
I
headache
just have
about.
to make a phone call to Hypotheekshop
Yeah.
and they arrange these kind of things for me.
Yeah.
For me, it is quite an added value.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. I only, and I mean, as a part of improvement, as a part, just from the feedback perspective,
Mhm.
if you're seeing, if they continue to give these services, in a customer-friendly way,
Mhm.
in the sense that, I would continue to, to remain their customer, because I do not see any reason, why to go away from this.
Yeah.
So that is my hope and expectation, is that the kind of service they are providing, they continue to provide in the future also, because I'm sure that they are addressing a big gap
Yeah, definitely.
among the expat community.
Definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Is there any topic or any service I haven't touched yet that you think might be of added value from the Hypotheekshop for people like expats?
I would say that for the expat people, you think more than what is needed. Just come and have a free talk. There are no obligations. Just reflect your ideas, whatever you want, put it on the table.
Okay.
And let Hypotheekshop offer you a kind of the offering that suits your need. So if you try to solve a lot of things by yourself, possibly you may end up getting the right solution, but that's going to cost you a lot of time. Come here freely, just walk in, pick a phone, make an appointment, and just talk. You will be happy that you have followed my advice.
Okay.
That was my experience.
Yeah.
Because also when I came, I always had this suspicion in my mind. Come on, okay, let me go and try. And then I realized that, I mean, why I have not done it before.
Yeah, we offer more than the name says.
Yeah, it is not about money. They are not going to ask you any money or anything, just to offer you something. You are free to judge yourself. You know, you can check the value yourself.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and that is what I can, yeah, with full confidence ask the viewer to try it out. You know.
Okay. Well put.
And you will be happy if you have followed my advice.
Yeah.
As I can say from my experience.
Yeah, no, I totally appreciate you giving your experience, and very well said.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon.
I'm also very happy to talk to you on this topic, because if this conversation can result someone making use of this good service,
Yeah, definitely.
this is not only added value to them, it is not added value for the Hypotheekshop, but also for them actually.
Yeah, and for the community as well.
Community as well.
Yes.
So, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time.
No problem. My pleasure.